Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We're going to check out Mr. Shorty by Marty Robbins. I saw this recommendation in the comments the other day. I said, yeah, right, I need to go back to some more Marty Robbins. I know I'm going to get good storytelling, like I reacted to his El Paso trilogy and stuff. Incredible. I love that. It's like a movie in a song, right? Or a book or a short story, whatever you want to call it. I love that. So let's jump in.
Nobody knew where he came from, they only knew he came in. Slowly he walked to the end of the bar and he ordered up one slug of gin. Well, I could see that he wasn't a large man, I could tell that he wasn't too tall. I judged him to be about 5'3", and his voice was a soft Texas drawl. Said he was needing some wages before he could ride for the West. Said he could do most all kind of work, said he could ride with the best. There in his blue eyes was sadness that comes from the need of a friend. And though he tried, he still couldn't hide the loneliness there deep within.
Wow, already we're 1 minute in. What a great setting of the scene and character or characterization, really. I love that, man. Oh, it immediately wants me I just want to go back and write something, right? That's so inspiring when you come across great writing. I would just want to go and do it myself, create something. Walking in the bar, he was describing, I thought he was describing me until he said Texas drawl, hey, shout out to the short kings out there. But the setting of the scene, just this kind of a humble guy, right? He's just not really coming in, all brass and stuff. He just wants some work. He can ride with the best though, but there's also sadness in his eyes because he's like a lonely drifter, right? He doesn't have a friend. You oof.
Deep within, said he would work through the winter for 30 a month and is bored. I started to say where he might land a job when a fella came in through the door, and I could tell he was looking for trouble for the way that he came stomping in. He told me to leave Shorty there by himself, come down and wait on a man. The eyes of the little man narrowed, the smile disappeared from his face. Gone was the friendliness that I had seen, and a wild look of hate took its place. But the big one continued to mock him, and he told me that I had better go. Find him a couple of glasses of milk, then maybe Shorty would grow.
I hate bullies, man. Hey, go get him a couple of glasses of milk, huh? I'm almost imagining, this like the narrator of the story sitting in that saloon or bar. We're in this Western setting, and he's playing the guitar and singing it while it's happening. Sometimes in films they do that. You just sit back, you zoom out. He's actually sitting there and doing it while the scene is playing out. I love that. But also the way Marty Robbins sings, it's beautiful. He's such a warm voice. I love the picking of the guitar too. It adds so much emotion, and then the bass I hear in the right ear, and you hear some vocalizations, right? With a little bit of bass, maybe some multiple voices, but you can hear, the atmosphere, the tension is building, the suspense. Come on.
Find him a couple of glasses of milk, and then maybe Shorty would grow. When the little man spoke, there was stillness. He made sure that everyone heard. Slowly he stepped away from the bar, and I still remember these words. Oh, it's plain that you're looking for trouble. Trouble's what I try to shun. If that's what you want, then that's what you'll get. 'Cause cowboy, we're both packing guns. His hand was already positioned, his feet wide apart on the floor. I hadn't noticed that there on his hip was a short-barreled bat 44. It was plain he was ready and waiting. He leaned a bit forward and said, when you call me Shorty, say, Mister, my friend, maybe you'd rather be dead. In the room was a terrible silence as the big one stepped out on the floor. All drinking stopped and the tick of the clock said death would wait 10 seconds more. He cursed once or twice in a whisper, and he said with a snarl on his lips, nobody's mister to me, little man. And he grabbed for the gun on his hip, but the little man's hand was like lightning. The bat 44 was the same. 44 spoke and he sent letting smoke 17 inches of flame. Oh, the big one had never cleared leather, beaten before he could start.
Dang.
A little round hole had appeared on his shirt. The bullet went clear through his heart. The little man stood there a moment, then holstered the bat 44. It's always this way, so I never stay. Slowly he walked out the door. Nobody knew where he came from. They won't forget he came by. They won't forget how a 44 gun one night made the difference in size. As for me, I'll remember the sadness shown in the eyes of the man. If we meet someday, you can bet I will say that it's me, Mr. Shorty, your friend.
Beautiful, that last note. What a voice. Wonderful voice. I love the arranging the music too. So subdued, right? And it is like, that is Mr. Shorty's demeanor. You know, he's not like, oh, you know, I'm gonna walk in there and take out the toughest son of a bitch, which you should do, right? You take the big guy and then you know, you sock him right in the eye. Now, there you go for physical size. He didn't have a name, that guy, right? The character. Oh, dang, he just walked in there and never walked out. Ooh. See, hey, it's easy pickings if you know, you're tall and big, and they go, hey, little guy, go get some glasses of milk for Mr. Shorty here. But then you end up on the floor. Wow. Great, great song. The characterization, the setting of the scene, the building of the suspense, you know, all the senses that are activated, you know, like in writing, you want to make sure you have not only the visual sense, you know, you see the scene happening, but, you know, the music stops playing, the clock is ticking slow, even death is waiting. So you can, there's sounds involved, you know, aside from the music we hear, you know, all of that leads to the more cinematic storytelling, you know. Amazing. Yeah, the drinking stopped, you know, you see that, you can hear a pin drop, the tension is there. You know, this guy's going for his gun, but, you know, Mr. Shorty's a lot faster. What was the line? I liked how he said that. He didn't even leave the leather or something like that. Yeah, really, really, really great storytelling, and yeah, he goes back out, you know, implying like, yeah, this happened before, right? And maybe too often, you know, it's kind of like a resignation, almost like, oh man, not again with this thing. Always the same, these bullies, you know. And it's a great story being told in the Western setting, but it's a nice metaphor for real life bullying and being singled out, because he's really being singled out, right? This guy comes in, hey, he immediately singles out Mr. Shorty, right? And that's what happens so often in life, when it's so easy. Something is, one guy is small, the other guy's overweight, and then he's, he has a different color of skin, and you just, this is easy for the bullies, easy target, and yeah, it's a really well done, and I love the Western setting. Some of my favorite films and shows are westerns, like Deadwood, even like Justified, which is not. It's more like a western in the modern type setting, right? Which I really like. Awesome, man. This picture, I've been looking at it. I was thinking like John Bernthal, the actor, could play Marty Robbins, like from the side profile, right? Am I flipping? Yeah, what a great song, man. Really good stuff. Definitely need to explore more of Marty Robbins. So, all recommendations are welcome. Storytelling songs, especially. Maybe his songs are all storytelling songs. I'm not sure. The ones I have done are certainly really great. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Goodbye.